opens it and closes it.
Yeah.
Full open, full close.
Yes.
Full
Full open or full close.
Yeah.
It's just, it's only double acting. It's not, to do a spring return, you have to put a spring underneath this actuator, and then you can fail open or fail close. But the limit switch is a Soldo product. They do a lot in the subsea, underwater. This here, the Type K, is for, I think you can put that in subsea as well. So the GP is what you guys purchased on that project. So I mean,
This color valve depended or not depended? This color valve depended what or not depended? The color of the
What's the mean from this red color,
that's
blue
just their,
color?
that's just their,
Yeah.
they like red. So here's just an example of, just the, basically what their product range is. I mean, it's a pretty vast product length. This gear is more, this is all for subsea, underwater for the gear. So that, like, I think, I look at Biffy has really dominated that market. They're Italian, especially on the subsea gears. So I think Rotor's really trying hard to go after Biffy's market. Because Biffy's probably #1 in that market. And then this is kind of a new product for them, where now they're making gears as well for, just manual part for valves. And they're making that in Milwaukee.
Maybe too small.
Small stuff, yeah. Yeah. So they've been actually trying for years for J-Flow to go with their gears, but they're expensive, so we always say no. I think for globe control valves, I mean, the nice thing of what Rotor, I think they're extremely competitive on the larger diameter linear actuators.
Yeah.
Small stuff, they're really not that good. It's just not a market that they don't move a lot of volume in the smaller linear actuators, but the larger diameters, they do a lot of business in that market. So they do a really good job in the larger valves, but not the smaller, like 1 inch, 2 inch type sizes. Yeah. But this is out of this is in their Rochester plant in New York.
It's
a business called diaphragm.
Globe.
Yeah, no, the type, but actuator, type of actuator.
Piston valve or diaphragm valve?
Oh, it's
In cylinder, in this cylinder.
cylinder.
Yes, piston or diaphragm.
Diaphragm or piston?
It's piston.
It's piston valve.
Piston.
Piston.
Piston with oil.
Right.
Yeah, this could be oil.
This could be oil.
Listen,
Double
the volume for this cylinder, you
Yes.
need to quickly to open and close or no?
No.
No. Yeah. أنا لا أشك على الحجم إنه يعني هذا كل ما كان الحجم كل ما كان أسرع من الفتح والغلق.
This is a project for their electric operated. One thing that I think Rotork is pretty smart is to get to the larger torques, they add their gears to it. So due to the fact that they put the gears, we're able to go to the higher range, but they don't have to go with as big of an electric actuator because the gear is the one that's doing the majority of the work. So, I mean, I think Rotork's pretty smart in the fact that they, by using that gear, you don't have to go with this Montross, electric actuator to open and close the valve. So I think that's a smart move by Rotor. Spring returns. Yeah, these are just regular spring returns, gotchas. Pneumatic. And this is their gearbox where they're making their gear stuff. Oil and gas is probably their biggest market, and then probably number 2 is their wastewater. Wastewater, that's really more AMA's and Limitorque's market, but I think Rotorque's done a really nice job. 10 years ago, they were not big in the wastewater, but they are now. They've done a really good job with that. Power is probably their 3rd biggest, but AMA has really dominated that market in the power. And then the rest is just your process, chemical, pulp and paper, mining, shipping, stuff like that. About the GP, just because he worked on all of those mounting and putting those on the valve, so I'm going to turn it over to Pete and let him talk about.
Yeah, all their GP series, you know, they're certified 66M, 67, Apex certified. They're a neat unit. They're easy to work on. They function really well. As I said, we installed these on all your valves. We designed a bracket and coupler that is a sealed unit to help lessen maintenance to the valve also. So as you were talking before, in the piston, see they're piston driven, and on those control valves. So they're actually a smooth operating actuator. Everything is nickel plated on the interior, all the shafts to cut down any corrosion, rust, anything like that. The pneumatics, when you install the pneumatics on them, they function really well. There's good seals in them. Seals are easy to access to replace if you have a leak in the seals. They're easy to access. All the units are easily disassembled if need be to change any seals. It's a pretty big one there.
Right.
Let's get that.
I'm not.
If you have any questions in the operation of how it's, functions or anything, it's pretty self-explanatory. Let's see if I can find our picture somewhere.